Welcome back to another Spirit Island video. In this video, I'm going to be continuing my Fractured Days guide, this time looking at spirit combos. Now, if you've gotten this far in the video or the video series, you'll know that Fractured has insane combo potential, and that is going to be due to this left innate here, and that is the slip the flow of time. And it says you may use this power any number of times. Cost to use is 1 time per previous use this turn. If you have the first tier, you may allow target spirit to may resolve 1 slow power now, so it's a slow to fast. The second tier, target spirit may reclaim 1 card from their discard or played cards. And the final tier allows that spirit to then play the card. So this card, this innate, allows you to make a card slow to fast, reclaim a card, and play a card. Now, they can be different cards. So if I'm playing Rampant Green, I could reclaim Gift of Proliferation, and I can play another card, assuming Fractured has this tier. Now, the cost is going to be 1 time, and I've already talked about that currency per previous use. So the first time this innate is used this turn, it's free. When I say free, I mean so long as you hit the innates of the thresholds, of course. But then the second time, it would cost you a single time. Then the third use of that innate this turn will cost you 2 time, and so forth. So ideally, you want to be allowing this innate once every turn, because it's the time cost is free. So that is the main way Fractured is going to combo with other spirits. The other way is with the blur of the Arc of Years, which causes a land to build then ravage, and then also gives you some Dahan adding as well as Dahan manipulation. So this is an excellent pickup card to combo with Dahan based spirits. Poor Time Sideways and the past returns are slight support cards, but really you are not really going to use these cards if you're playing pretty optimally. In most games, of course. And I'm also talking multiplayer. I think past returns has a lot of text in solo and 2-player. And then there's going to be some very niche situations where Poor Time Sideways does a lot or has a lot of value. But in most games, these cards are just going to be non-factors. And before I get further in the video, let's just take a minute and appreciate how strong this Days is, having Call to Isolation as well as a Vigor in my starting hand, and then also having a Moon Air defend card that adds Fear. So just a very beautiful Days. Okay, so the first spirit I'm going to talk about is Rampant Green, and actually all 5 of these spirits I have spectacular synergy videos, so if you want to look more in depth about that specific combo, I would recommend looking at this video. This is going to be kind of brief coverage of all of the spirits in Spirit Island. So Green has this card, Gift of Proliferation, which allows another spirit to accelerate along their tracks, and Fractured allows a spirit to reclaim and play a card. So you can actually set up such that this card, Gift of Proliferation, gets played, repeated, played, repeated. I think it's a total of, I think it's 4 times. I think it's max like 3 to 4. I can't remember the exact number. I don't really do the combo at all. But you're able to give out 3 or 4 prolifs on that turn 2, which just puts the players just so far ahead. Another thing that's really cool about this combination is you could also do the slip power with stem, which allows you to, if the land is a built-up mountain or sands, you can damage all of the buildings there, and then you can slip it, do it again, and so forth. So you can just kind of wipe out a land. Very cool combo. Also, Green is all about Dahan defense with that right innate, and Fractured can add Dahan. Another combo here is Starlight, and another synergy video that I have talking about these 2 spirits. It's actually a little bit more intricate, so I really recommend looking at it. But basically what you can do with this combo is Fractured Days can allow Starlight to play multiple Boon of Reimaginings on turn 2. Very similar to Gift of Proliferation, except it's giving the team a ton of cards and allowing the team to kind of accelerate their hand sizes. What's really cool is if Fractured Days takes the very first Boon of Reimagining on Starlight, they actually get 2 cards, and then a third card goes into the Days, which is very, very nice. Another thing is Starlight typically sees about 18 cards on turn 2, 18 cards of that minor deck. So that means you're seeing almost 20% of the minor deck, and it allows you to fish for those really powerful support cards. And Fractured really wants anybody to have those support cards because then you can abuse the left innate, the flow of time on those support cards. So just having Starlight on the board means you can dig through that minor deck faster and you can find those overpowered support cards more efficiently or more consistently. The next one here is Hearth Vigil, and Hearth Vigil has the amazing stories in season, which allows Fractured to gather Dahan and then gain energy and then possibly reclaim a card. Really, the trick here is just Hearth Vigil's left innate, and getting that 5 Sun and 3 Earth means Dahan and all of Hearth Vigil's lands get to strike before the invaders. And this tier is very difficult to hit. I think the earliest you can get it by yourself is turn 6. But because Fractured is allowing players to play extra cards via the third tier of the left innate, you can enable this innate very earlier than normal. I think the earliest I've gotten it was turn 4, and that is pretty massive. In addition, Fractured Days can add more Dahan, which is great for Earth Vigil, and also Fractured Days. This Blur the Arc of Years causes invaders to build and then ravage in the land. Well, if Hearth Vigil has that max left innate and has a presence in that land, you can just easily clear the land with a very nice counterattack that's protected. So a very nice combo with Hearth Vigil and Fractured Days. Another one is Dances Up Earthquake, and Dances tends to go towards that. Oh, this is really cool. I did not realize you were able to click this now. So Dances it tends to go towards that turn 4 massive Earthquake, and the big limiting factor is that Earthquake is a slow power. Well, Fractured can make it fast. Also, that turn 4 Earthquake tends to throw down 2 major powers that are going to go off on turn 4, usually thresholded. Once again, Fractured can make those cards go fast. And also, sometimes the Earthquake there could be issues with getting the Earthquake to set up on time. Fractured could always allow Earthquake to slip cards into play or slip cards into impend. So it allows Earthquake to hit that Quake a lot easier. So just a very, very powerful combo. And then how does Earthquake support the team? Well, Earthquake just wipes out the board and then helps clean up Fractured's board. Also, it could give Fractured 6 energy. Sometimes you'll need it, but that's really not the purpose. Is really Earthquake just utilizes Fractured support so well. And you're going to notice every spirit in this video is going to utilize Fractured support very well. I just put the spirits down here just because I think these use it a little bit better than some of them at the very top. And the last one that I have a spectacular synergy video with is Relentless Gaze. And the really big thing here is Relentless Gaze is able to repeat cards multiple times by paying 1 energy per previous use of the power. What's really cool is Fractured Days is able to, when Fractured Days slips that card, it resets this timer. So for instance, if I'm playing Relentless Gaze and I have Blinding Glare, this card is going to give me 3 fear. Well, now let's say Relentless Gaze pays an energy, that's 3 more fear. Now I'd have to pay 2 energy to get 3 more fear. And now the next one would cost me 3 energy. But oh wait, if Fractured slips the card, allows Gaze to reclaim and play it, it now resets the counter. So now Gaze can freely use this for 3 fear, and then the first time would be 1 energy for 3 fear, and then the next would be 2 energy. So it allows you to generate a lot more. Just being able to reset this counter allows you to kind of blast through the fear deck with Blinding Glare, or maybe you find is it Land of Haunted Embers? Or maybe, yeah, you find another card like Land of Haunted Embers for 4 fear, but you guys get the point. You're able to blast through the decks. Okay, so that is these 5 spirits here. I'm now going to look at some spirits in the middle. These are also really good spirits that combo with Fractured Days. I just didn't have room. Basically, Fractured Days combos with everything very well. This is a combo that I recently came across and just amazing with Eyes Watch. And the main reason is because Boon of Watchful Guarding is either a defend 4 or a defend 8 for Fractured Days. and it's 0 energy, which means Fractured can slip this card in, and it comes with a Dahan Gather. So Fractured Days can slip the card in, get the defend 8, gather the Dahan, and then can blur the land to kind of clear it. In addition, Eyes is a very tempo-oriented spirit, and you can make eerie noises go fast to help create that pocket. Also, Eyes is limited by the number of Dahan on the board because they're a Dahan defensive spirit. So the more Dahan you have, the faster it can clear lands up, and that's something that Fractured could help significantly. We have River, and really the main thing is allowing that massive flooding to go fast, which is insane, but also Boon of Vigor, being able to slip and replay this card multiple times in a single turn. I've seen this card give up to 15 energy in a turn, just complete, just so absurd. Rising Heat, very similar to River, can make that innate fast, but also you can slip Gift of Searing Heat to gain energy. It's not as oppressive as Boon of Vigor, but very similar. Sunbright Whirlwind, same thing with the innate. You can make it slow to fast. Also, both Sunbright and Rising Heat, those innates tend to be difficult to hit, and our Fractured Days can give those spirits extra plays, which helps allow these innates to trigger earlier. In addition, Sunbright has Gift of Sunlit Air, which gives Fractured Days +1 range, and that +1 range could be very important for targeting specific lands. One of the big problems with the Fractured Days is you only have like 3 to 4 presence on the board, so your targeting restrictions may be fairly challenging. Now, the next four spirits here are Keeper, Finder, Memory, and Serpent. The big thing with these spirits is you're going to be on 2 plays for most of the game, especially Serpent, Memory, and Finder. And once again, Fractured can allow those spirits to gain extra plays. And gaining another play on any of these spirits is so freaking strong. In addition, both Memory and Finder tend to be more major-based spirits, and Fractured can make that major power go fast. So you have these spirits that can easily find majors, easily play them and threshold them, and now you can make it go fast and then reclaim it. Just can do absurd things. Another thing with Serpent, like I'd mentioned, you're really stuck on 2 plays, but now you can get 3 plays or even 4 plays early on, and that can help facilitate hitting these tiers on the left innate a lot easier. Now, how do these spirits give back to Fractured Days? Well, Serpent has plenty of power boons, either with Gift of Flowing Power, allowing Fractured to get an extra card play. Maybe you want to Aegis in a land, and then Fractured Days can blur the land, causing a build and then Ravage, and then adding Dahan, and then moving Dahan. So there's just a lot of synergy here. Honestly, Serpent could probably replace Relentless Gaze. I think the combo's significantly stronger, but it's too late now. But yeah, no, I think the Serpent combo is pretty overpowered. Keeper, very similar. Keeper's going to have so many power drafts, and the big limiting factor here is Keeper is all slow, and Fractured can make you slow to fast. So now your left innate can be slow to fast. Your Towering Wrath can also be slow to fast. Oops, if I can actually draw it. Yeah, that Towering Wrath can also be slow to fast. And you're going to have plenty of cards, and getting that extra card play with Fractured could be pretty massive. So it's pretty much just slip. Slip is how you combo with spirits or blur, and that's kind of what I've already pointed out. Now I have the spirits appeared. Now these spirits all would love extra card plays. They would love reclaims. They would love slow to fasts. I just think it's a lot less impactful than the spirits down here. Actually, even Downpour is probably really good. Bringer, you can do absurd things. Yeah, I mean, like I could probably make an argument for every spirit and explain why I think Fractured is busted with it, but these are the spirits that I chose to focus on for this video. If you like this video, like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.